What's going on, everybody? It is your man R0B back at it again with another New York Giants video. And in today's video, we're going to be covering a couple of big free agent signings that the New York Giants made, re-signing two players, Lawrence Cager and Jack Anderson. Before we go ahead and dive into that, do me a quick favor. Please go ahead, smash that like button. It does help the videos get noticed. Smash that subscribe button. Turn on those bell notifications so that you never miss another upload. Now we're going to get into these videos. We're going to start kind of posting when things are going on, things happen, thoughts, stuff like that. We're going to get back into the groove here. So let's go ahead and we're going to dive into this video. So over the last couple of days, the New York Giants have made two free agent acquisitions, re-signing a couple of players from their roster that they had from the previous season in Lawrence Cager and Jack Anderson. Now, Jack Anderson really didn't get a lot of playing time, and I am assuming that Jack Anderson is going to be more of a depth piece on this roster, especially with the neck injury due to Joshua Ezekiel. I'm sure that he's going to be mainly filling in for that role. We also are going to be having a lineman, and I keep forgetting his name. I'm going to make sure to remember this guy's name, but we're going to have another lineman that's going to be coming back who tore his ACL during training camp, who was drafted last year from North Carolina as well, who is Joshua Ezekiel's teammate. So we're going to have him coming back next season, who will also be a rotational depth piece on this roster. Now, with Lawrence Cager was claimed off of waivers from the New York Jets, and he actually was pretty decent, I would say, for us in key situations. He had 13 receptions on 19 targets last year. He had 118 yards. He averaged about 9.1 yards per catch, and he had one touchdown. Now, a big reason why he came in was Daniel Bellinger suffered that eye injury against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he went in and had his first start against the Seattle Seahawks. So after that Seahawks game, he kind of went a little bit quiet and then scored a touchdown. I want to say it was in week 18 potentially, where he scored a touchdown. I'm not entirely too sure. No, excuse me. It was against the Houston Texans where he scored a touchdown, which was a pass from Daniel Jones, and he scored a touchdown in that game. I don't mind the re-signing of Lawrence Cager. I like him. Former wide receiver that converted over to tight end. He's 6'5", 220. He's in his second season, so he's a young player. And I definitely think that this kid can develop and maybe earn a spot on the roster. You can kind of put him out in the slot. You can kind of put him out wide. Again, he's played wide receiver before, so he knows coverages. He knows how to play against quarters. He knows cornerbacks, knows how to get open, knows how to use his body. But just with his size at 6'4", 220, just converted himself over to the tight end position and hasn't done a bad job. So they went ahead and re-signed Lawrence Cager. They went ahead and re-signed Jack Anderson. Again, two depth pieces that we're going to have on the roster. No doubt that Daniel Bellinger is going to go into next season and be the starter for the New York Football Giants, barring that they go ahead and maybe make a free agent acquisition. I know that there's a couple of names that are kind of rolling around, Dalton Schultz and also Mike Gesicki from the Miami Dolphins, of, maybe potential guys that the Giants could communicate with, not necessarily bring in, but at least show some interest and speak to in regards to, would they be interested in coming in and what kind of contract are they looking for? But overall, I mean, not bad as far as rotational pieces. Again, Jack Anderson has familiarity with the Philadelphia Eagles with Brandon Brown. So Brandon Brown knows a lot about him and brought him in as a depth piece. Could see some playing time next year, again, especially with the Joshua Ezekiel injury. We don't know what's going to be going on with Ben Bredeson, if he's going to be back. I believe that he's also an unrestricted free agent, and we don't know what the Giants are going to do in free agency, and we don't know what they're going to do in the draft. But a lot of the offseason is going to be dictated based on what they do with basically two players, that being Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones, which we've yet to go ahead and get any type of news on. There are reports that the Giants were in communication, especially going into the week up to the Senior Bowl and the week after, that they were speaking with Saquon Barkley and his representatives and hoped to go ahead and maybe try to get a deal done. I would probably say that before the free agency period opens up. So we don't know about that, but so I'm going to keep my eyes on the lookout and potentially see when they may be able to go ahead and do that. And if that does get done, March 7th is going to be the last date that you're going to be able to go ahead and do anything with the franchise tag. So we'll see what happens with that. Will they tag Barkley? Will they tag Jones? Will they not tag anybody? Who knows? We'll see. Combine will be going ahead and taking place in the beginning of March. I believe it's going to be going from March 2nd up until March 4th or 5th. And then a couple of days later, they're going to have to go ahead and figure out what they want to do with the franchise tag. We're going to get a better understanding as far as what's going to be going on with teams, with draft position, players that might be going on, and get a better look at these players once they go ahead and go through the combine. We'll get a better view of their ranking, where they're going to fall, where they're going to rise up to. So again, with as far as when it comes to Lawrence Cager and Jack Anderson, nice couple of re-signs. Probably did it for a cheap re-sign. Again, some depth pieces, guys that are familiar with the schemes, and I like the re-signs. Again, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to go ahead and like the video. It does help those videos get noticed. Smash the subscribe button, turn on those bell notifications so that you never miss another upload. And let me know down in the comment section, what do you guys think about the re-signs? Do you like the Lawrence Cager re-signing, the Jack Anderson signing? I know they're not big-time wow free agents, but what do you guys think from a depth piece? Do you like adding the depth to the roster? Did you like Lawrence Cager? Did you like Jack Anderson? The only thing I remember about Jack Anderson was him getting his butt reamed in with when Brian Dable was yelling at him on that false start. He was getting yelled at like crazy on the sideline. So that's the only thing I really remember about Jack Anderson last season. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about Lawrence Cager and Jack Anderson being back on the roster next season. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm R0B, signing off. Go Giants.